Don't know why the audio cut out there, but here we are. Hello all, how are we? Welcome to it. Welcome back to Virtually Crack the Show Open Digital Packs. That really threw my whole groove off. I should re-record the start, but I'm lazy. Welcome back. We got packs, we got fights. I'm going to open this Solgaleo pack, and then I'm going to show you how bad my luck really is sometimes. We're just going to start right at the start here. Okay, turns out my luck's pretty good, actually. Yep, that's Tapu Bulu. Cool. Nice. Big fan of that. Anything else cool in the pack? Yes! I'm pretty sure that's a 2-star. Well, let's slow roll it. We've also got a Carablast, and a Bonsweet, and a Cutie Fly, and never mind, it's a shiny. It's a shiny Staryu. That's a cool illustration. I like that. Very, like, praise the sun kind of a stance. Alright. Cool. Pretty good pack. Alright. And that was, you know, that was one of the full art Tapus that we needed for the collection. So yeah, it's a pretty good day. That, you know what, that makes up for my bad luck with the Rayquazas. Which I will now show off, which, you know what, that kind of takes the edge off. Okay, so, in order to properly show this off, I need to go in here, show the promo cards. I can't pick promos in here, and that makes me mad. Okay, so yeah, I just need to do that and scroll all the way down. So, execute, I've got 5 of them. Froakie, 15, total of 20. Farfetch, 5 of them, total of 25. Other Rayquaza, 5 of them, total of 30. And I finally got 1 Rayquaza EX. After 31 of those boosters, that's more than you can get without using one of the hourglasses to reset the stamina. That's a lot. I don't know if they're meant to be like equal odds, but they're not equal odds. It's a little ridiculous. I'm not gonna bother going for a second one, because we're gonna get the 2-star one from whatever the challenges are. Speaking of challenges, I guess, yeah, that's a weird enough segue. Let's go to the battles. And I want to clear out a couple of these step-up battles. I'm gonna go for 2 of them. This is the number 2, not this one. I could go for 4 of them. We need steel types, eh? Steel types and stage 1s. Still, the show has stage 1 steel types, right? I think so. I don't remember. I think this mostly has normal types, actually. I should make a proper steel type deck. Think about it. Alright, well, we've got the good start at least. And the full... Okay, Tapu Fini, Pyukumuku. Cool. Cool. That doesn't bode well for me. I really need to find the Meltan. I think. Okay, that's Pidgey and a Rocky Helmet. Weirdly, I think I don't want to play out the Rocky Helmet. Oh wait, the Steel type doesn't need to be the stage 1. I just need to play a stage 1 and KO things with Steel types. Ha 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 ha. And there's the Meltan. Calculated. Well, I guess I'm gonna build up the Meltan. Because I melt can. I should update this deck to have... I have stage 2 Evos, therefore I should be putting in stage 2 Evos. So how do you work? Any active spot and knocked out, do 50 damage. Okay. I guess I should have Rocky Helmeted, because that would have worked out nicely last turn. But here we are. Let's just chunk in for 30. more on the Meltan, I guess. Yeah. Okay, more cards. Let's be, like, do I just wait the turn? Maybe. Or not. Okay, I do still want to, like, actually get the Evo. I'm just going to put that energy on this Dialga. And then take 50 damage. Yeah, I don't think 50 damage for a Pokemon is a great call. Because you're giving them a point to deal that 50 damage. It's an interesting choice. Okay, show me Pidgeotto. Or Melmetal. Thank you for those things that I asked for. And now I can just kind of go ham. Actually, better off swapping to the Melmetal. But here we are. Okay, just have the KO. I've got the stage 1. I've gotten 2 KOs with steel types. Let's go down to 10. Still gonna get out of this without taking damage. So, or without losing a point. Oh, and there's Pidgeotto right on time. We leave to retreat. Retreat to the big guy. Power up the other Dialga. And punch in for 120. Yeah. Got there. Okay. Hopefully that got all of the challenges. But we'll find out in a second, won't we? Okay. Stuff. Ooh, we're getting close on that win 50 battles. Which is how we get the other full... Or we get the 2-star Rayquaza. Alolan Golem, we want fighting types. You know what? Good opportunity to try out Punchy Boy. Just try and get some reps in before I actually do the live fights. Okay, going second is not ideal for us. We do have the full Gabite to Garchomp pipeline. So that's nice. Be great if we pulled a rare candy. We do have 2 researchers to find it, but having the full pipeline as a base is good. Okay. Well, there's the rare candy. Can't use it this turn, but okay. I have no reason to not Rocky Helmet, I suppose. Given that this is all we have. Good news, I'll be able to take the second Gibbles straight to Garchomp. As well as the first one. Good news, if I pull the second Gibble, I can take it straight to Garchomp. Alright. So good news! Rhymes. I think I'm still just gonna... You know what? I've got both of them. Let's just go for it. Get a cheeky 50 in there. I wonder if, like, evolve to a stage 1 Pokemon means I need to specifically not use the rare candy. I'm gonna do that just in case it cares. Because I have no idea whether or not it's going to care. Yeah. I'm still just gonna Dragon Claw, I guess. Good news, I can play the Garchomp anyway. Cool. So obviously the deck does the best when it can just go Garchomp turn 1, bleh. But it can't always do that. Okay, 40. You fool, you've activated my trap card. I did have both Gabites. I forgot I did that. Alright, well we're very able to get off of the Gibble stage, which is good. But cool. Right, I wanted to give myself more of a buffer in case of Oricorio. Yeah. I'm not sure what to do about Oricorio buffers. Because I feel like what you want to be able to do is be able to take out the Oricorio in one shot. Like, that just seems good. Which I can't really do with the current build. Speaking of the current build, let's give it a shot. Punchy Boy time is now. Let's see what kind of... you know what? I think I've decided on a new rule. I'm always going to give 3 fights. If I happen to get it on a win streak, even better, but I'll always give it 3 fights. Because that's what I did yesterday, and I liked how it worked. Okay, we have the Wudo start, which is a good baseline for Mantis. Of course, that's the one I'm weak to. God damn it. Ah, beans. Okay. So this is a Decidueye deck then. Okay, we have Gibble. We have Gibble, but no follow-up. We have second Gibble. I'm gonna play our first Gibble, and I guess just go for damage. Yeah. Let's just go for damage. I don't know how much Lurantis does, but here we are. I think next turn we communication away to Gibble, unless we draw the rare candy. Okay, Lurantis. Does 22 everything. Great. And rare candy to the big guy. Love that for me. Does how much? 100 to a Pokemon that has damage. Yeah, I can see why this is good. The good news is we have the Rocky Helmet. The bad news is I don't have a way to retreat to a Garchomp this turn. Let's communication away the Garchomp. Got 100 to a thing that has damage on it. That's so very not good. This would have been a great time to have the Persimmon out front, but we didn't have that. I might as well... No, I should probably put the Persimmon out and get the energy on there. Yeah. Okay. The annoying thing is this isn't even going to KO it, so I need to attack with the Persimmon. A rough day. Okay, well good news, I needed to attack with the Persimmon, so... Yeah. Yeah, this is the other problem, just not having the build-up. The other annoying thing is I don't have the Garchomp available. Yep, trying to do everything. Rocky Helmet. Yeah. It would have been real nice to have the Persimmon, but alas. Because now the ability just does nothing. Okay, we have Gabite, but they win with... Well, they don't win with Decidueye next turn. So I think we just... What does that do? It does 80? I think we just leave the damaged one in the back. And we kind of just hope. I don't think there's really anything we can do about it, because we can't one-shot a Persimmon. Not a Persimmon. We can't one-shot a Decidueye. And they're getting a free hit in here. Yeah, that's pretty strong, honestly. Oh, good. The backup Lurantis. So, like, obviously it's... Oh, that's just rude. Showing off both of your rare candies. I didn't find any of mine. So rude. Oh yeah, you can just... Right, the Persimmon is the one that isn't weak to grass. So it's not dead to the Pierce the Pain. Yeah, okay. They made the correct choice. Much to my chagrin. Alright, at least show me the rare candy so I can do my cool thing. Nope. Okay, second Gabite. Energy on that one. Stuff it. I go down swinging. Praise be to Monkey. Yeah. Honestly, pretty bad matchup for us. One of the worst we could have gotten. I think. Unless we'd had the Persimmon out front. That would have been slightly better. Oh, that's just rude. You didn't need to do that. Stuff is. Going for 100 damage next turn. Unless they just forgot they already had the point. That's also an option. Yeah. So, like, you can see what I'm trying to do with the Persimmon there. You have it out front. You chip in for damage until they KO it. And then... yeah. You put the energy on the Garchomp. And start chipping in for 100. There's a plan there. I don't know if it's good, but there's a plan there. I don't know if the Garchomp is... The Garchomp is better if you're on turn 1 and you happen to have the rare candy. Because then you can just start chipping in for 50 every turn, wherever it needs to go. But... yeah. Okay, going second. Show me Persimmon. Okay, we have Persimmon and a Pokeball for the second Persimmon. We do use the Pokeball first because we want to get to the research. A Charmander means we're going up against the Charizard deck. Yeah, I feel like we might be out of the era of Sudowoodo, given that a lot of the EXs are probably more likely to be stage 2s at this point. Okay, well we have Gabite. So show me Gibble. Thank you. Let me just research some of this. Rare candy, Pokeball. Lovely. A Pokeball anyway. No, we'll Pokeball next turn. And we might as well put the energy on the Persimmon. The real question is, do I go for the Gabite? Turtonator. I have to assume that this is wanting to be Rare Candy Charizard situation. Means I probably do want to Rare Candy as soon as possible. Okay, that... yeah. They're really getting ready on that turret. Alright, well good news. We get the KO on the Charmander. What do you do? Just kind of fire. Just gonna deal 90. We have second rare candy. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. The Sudowoodo is not going to do anything. I'm just going to rare candy. Because I don't really have a reason not to. And now next turn we can just start chipping in for 100. Which is kind of nice. Just KO the Charmander real quick. Yeah, the Persimmon is a good punish for a bad draw, I guess. Let's see, what are you weak to? Weak to water, that makes sense. Presumably we're going to get hit for 90 here. But Persimmon was born to die, so... yeah. Any more research, there's no reason to Lily, so... this is fine by me. Got second Gibble and a Gabite. I'm going to play out second Gibble. I don't really have a reason to play out the Sudowoodo. Yeah, chip in for 60. Feel like they did kind of get the bad draw there. Okay. A bold move. Is my best bet to just bring out the Gibble? I think so. Because I don't think I want to give them free damage on the Garchomp. Given that I can't do the big damage with the Garchomp. They have conceded. Okay. So that went pretty well, I'll say. Went pretty alright. I wonder if the deck's just better if I remove the Sudowoodos. Like, I want them as anti-Oricorio tech. But if we never come across an Oricorio, then they are useless. Especially since we, like, have Gibble and Gabite as potential anti-Oricorio tech. Yeah, we do kind of match up nicely against the Oricorio, even without the Sudowoodo. The Sudowoodo is great against a Pachirisu, but second again. Fire. Okay, only Sudowoodo. There's no real basic fire EXs, so that's pretty bad. Never mind. I'm a genius. Never doubt my knowledge. Okay, that's, you know, one of the better ways that could have gone. I do need to find a Gibble. That's a Garchomp. Weirdly enough, I think I do have to communication here. Just to try and find a Gibble. Do I go the Gabite or the Garchomp? I think the Gibble, because I've got more chance... sorry, the Gabite, because I've got more chances of redrawing one of them. Calculated. Yeah, because there's... essentially, there's 4 Gabites in the deck. Given that I have a Garchomp in hand. Okay, they're doing something. If they don't find a basic, they're in for a real bad time. Oh. Oh, they did not draw their Charmanders. Oh. Oh. I mean... yeah. Weird thing is, this currently does the same amount of damage as the Sudowoodo does. So, we kind of just need to build up here. Neat. Okay, research, cool. Hopefully they found another basic. Otherwise this is going to be real sad for them. Okay, they did not find another basic, damn. I suppose that's the risk you run when you've only got 4 basics in the deck. If you don't find your Pokeballs and you don't find your basics, then you are just kind of SOL. Anyway, the Sudowoodo sweep is real. It shouldn't be, but it is. Can't like that one. Alright. Well, we're on a win streak, somehow. So let's give Punchy Boy as long as it takes to get a loss. Not too bad. Not too bad. Better than I kind of thought it would do, if I'm honest. Yeah. I suppose the Sudowoodo is good into quite a few matchups. Not all of them, but quite a few of them. Okay. 2 Pokeballs, Rare Candy, Communication. We got a pretty good chance. Okay, I mean, fighting is good for us. Annoyingly, we can't get the cheeky turn 170 damage potential. We do have 2 Pokeballs and a communication. And a draw step. They do have the Oricorio. Okay. This is electric. Okay, we've drawn yet another basic. We got Passimian. And Passimian. So we can communicate away a Passimian without really worrying about it. Okay, we have a Gabite. That's good. We can work with this. Honestly, they're probably going to build up the Oricorio in the back and just leave the Arceus out front to tank. I think we let them. I think we just let them do that. Do I build up a Gible in the front or in the back? They're building up the Arceus. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. They drew second Passimian. I'm gonna build up the second energy on the Gabite. I'm gonna chip in for 50 damage. Because if we can get the Evo, then we just take out the Arceus. We even have the surprise Evo with Gible in the background. Yep, that's still a KO with an Evo. Rocky Helmet, don't care. They're keeping him out front. Ah, damn. Okay, they do have KO here, which is unfortunate. Yeah. So here's the thing. I got my own Rocky Helmet, baby. I was really hoping to draw the Evo there. Would have been nice to be able to surprise, bring in the 100 damage, and still have the Gabite able to chip in. But there's only so much we can do. Because next turn we have the KO on the Arceus if they decide to attack. Because the Seismic Toss will deal 80 because it's weak to fighting. They've already used a bunch of healing on something that isn't the Oricorio. Feeling pretty good about things. Uzma, okay, yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. I like it, I like the plan. Ooh, into not attacking. Bold strategy. Okay, the rare candy is now useless. I think I attack in and get the KO. I don't see a reason to not do that. Well, sorry, not the KO. We get the KO next turn. Yeah, this is an interesting situation we find ourselves in. Okay, yep, they've built up the Oricorio now. This was expected. They now deal lethal with the Arceus. They have swapped. They're a coward. Okay. I don't much mind about that. Man, I would really love to draw an Arceus right now. Do we retreat here? I feel like we retreat here. They can't hit me with the Arceus next turn. Let's chip in. Chip in for 50. It would be very difficult for them to heal out of that. And they got another basic. Cool. Now the real question... Okay, they've conceded. Interesting. That game gets a lot easier if I manage to find the Garchomp. I didn't, but if I had, I think my play there was swap in the Garchomp, take out the Arceus before they can do anything to heal it. We take 50 damage from the Oricorio, but then we swap in the Gabite and slowly chip away at that. Alright. That went well. I think that does prove that we probably don't need the Sudowoodo in the deck. Maybe there's like a one-of fighting type I can have in there. Maybe Hitmonchan is worthwhile. Maybe Hitmonlee is worthwhile. I don't know. Maybe I just put in another... Maybe I put in like a Hitmonlee and a Cyrus. Okay, going first. If we can see the Gibble start. Oh, we've got the Gibble Garchomp start. Heck yeah. Okay. It's up against the fire deck. This is going to be interesting. Okay, Litten, Pick-a-Peck. I can take out the Pick-a-Peck turn 1. That's wild. I'm gonna communicate. Is there a reason to communication? Not really. I don't know what I would be communicationing for. I have no idea what the Toucannon does. But I think I want to take it out of principle. Oh, except Incineroar is going to do a heck of a thing, isn't it? Probably. Oh, right, I can just take out the Litten. Duh. That's a much better idea. Let's do that. Okay, need a Garchomp. Onto there. 50 damage. I'm gonna... Do I even need to communicate away? Probably not. 50 damage on the Litten. Goodbye. And I feel like that's probably their game plan gone. That's the risk you run with self-damage. If they don't have an Evo, they are in for a bad time. They have the Evo. What does the Toucannon do? 70 damage for what? You know what? I can't argue with that. Those are good numbers. I need Lily now. That's a Gibble. Okay, you know what? Good shout. You got it. Nice work. What do I do about this? 50 damage is what I do about this. I think I have the... Not the win, but I at least have the KO. Yeah, that is... something. Okay. Good to know I needed to take out the Toucannon. I feel like I needed to take out either of them. Either of them was the option. Can I draw another big damage? Nope, that's Cyrus. That is not the big damage we were hoping for. Okay. I don't regret my choices. But dang, I could have had some better choices. Yeah. I don't KO with the Garchomp, and I die to the Crackback. Well, you found the Zergrush deck. Dang. Well, you know what? That does keep me alive. Yeah, let's go Dragon Claw. Couple of turns too late. Okay, they're out of basics, so it is literally just two cannons and 2 Incineroars. Okay. Well, let's get one of them punchy boys back in. It's not even worth playing him. Find me a Passimian, please. Maybe. Is that gonna help? Can do better than nothing. Yeah. Like, it's in my best interest to take out the 2 cannon, right? It's definitely in my best interest to take out the 2 cannon. Is there... Like, if they go full Evo here, I don't know what problems we're going to be in. They've conceded. Okay. They probably needed the rare candy there. See, that's also a deck where I don't know if they would be playing the middle Evos. Because their entire game plan is rush out the first evolution, hit them. Like, that's a deck that extremely wants to go first. Because, man, if they got the 70 damage turn 1 like I had the 50 damage turn 1, good lord, is that something. We're still on the win streak. We are still on the win streak. I don't know whether going for communication earlier would have been a good call. We did get lucky on finding the rare candy. Oh no, that one we actually had the full... Did we? I don't remember. The start of that game was like 2 minutes ago. That's way past my short-term memory. Alright. If we win this, we get a rank up, which will be kind of nice. Okay, we got the Passimian start. I think we can happily just start with Passimian and see what happens. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's the mirror match. It's the mirror match. Okay. So, Rocky Helmet punishes a Gabite start. It no longer punishes a Gabite start as heavily. We do have our own Gibble. And I think I do want to play it out now. Just because we should. Let's go the Rocky Helmet on the Passimian. And send it. Yeah. Okay, do they have the rare candy? They do have the rare candy. Ah, interesting. Now, do they attack the back line? Possibly. Yeah, that is what I was worried about. Okay, they were going for the back line. That makes sense. Which does mean that I don't want to play out the Sudowoodo. We also want to top deck a Garchomp here. That's a Gabite. That doesn't help me. Yeah, that doesn't help me. I need to chip in for damage, I suppose. Yeah. That's not going to help. Yeah, I can kind of hold off on playing anything else out this turn. Okay, potion there doesn't change the math. I don't... Okay, well that removes 2 Rocky Helmets. That is bad. We needed them to only remove 1 Rocky Helmet. Yeah. Damn. I just kind of had to hope they didn't have the full start, but they had the full start, so They Zerg rushed better than I did. Okay, there's second Gibble. I'm gonna play out second Gibble because they don't have a reason to remove the second one now. The annoying thing is, next turn they get to basically just win. I don't think I have a way out of this. Because they can deal 100 damage to me. Go down to 90. Even if I pull the Garchomp to rare candy it. We're not going to be dealing enough damage. Unless they decide to linear attack the back row, which would be dumb. Because yeah, now they can just linear attack the Persimmon when I retreat it. I don't have enough energy. I'm going to look for it anyway. Because it's fun and I can. Yeah, there we go. Too little, too late. Yeah, I needed that a few turns earlier. Because if I could have kept the Garchomp alive, I think we then had the KO. But, they had the Sudowoodo. Yeah, no, there's no real point. Stuff it. Make them go down to 10 health. And I can at least put the energy on the Garchomp as I die. Ah, well. Did they have the second Garchomp EX? No, they just decided to put me out of my misery. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, I think I can probably remove the Sudowoodo from the deck. Is the best thing... Oh man, that was the rank up fight as well? Alright. Well, good news, we lost to the Garchomp deck, which means we get to play the Garchomp deck again. And I think I will change the deck up a little bit before we end things off. So, decks, my decks, and let's have a look at Punchy Boy. So, Fightymans. Well, I suppose Fightymans and Normalmans. We're looking for good anti-Oricorio tech or just a good basic. So like, Hitmonlee is an option, Hitmonchan is an option. Neither of them can one-shot the Oricorio. We got Mainshao, who also can't one-shot Oricorio. Primeape can. Mankey can, technically, but it dies to the Oricorio, so it's not a great call. Marshadow with Revenge. I mean, the surprise 100 damage is nice. Ooh, actually, Marshadow Persimmon. You don't even need to build up the Marshadow in the back, you just have the Persimmon, take the lethal damage, put the energy on the Marshadow, boom, 100 damage. I like that. Again, it's not a one-shot against an Oricorio, but it beats an Oricorio. Especially on the Revenge KO. Especially if the Oricorio is the one that's taking out the Persimmon. Maybe they just don't take out the Persimmon. Then we can build up again and we take out the Persimmon, take out the Oricorio before the Persimmon gets to a thing. Wait, other way around. Okay. What else we got in here? We got Regirock, which retreat cost 3. It's basically giving away a point. I don't particularly like that. I don't have the card slots for Rampardos. I mean, the Lucario is nice, but... yeah, I'm trying to stay away from the Evos. Hitmonlee, which is a reskinned Hitmonchan, which is hilarious. Flamigo. Flamigo. It's a 50-50. No, wait. It's a 1 in 4 to not kill Oricorio. And it's a basic that gets powered up by Persimmon. I think I would still pick Marshadow over this, but it is interesting. Yeah, what else we've got in here? You do 40 damage to one of. It's kind of like a mini guy. Okay, nothing really in there. We got Meowth for Payday, which could help with throwing into things, but that's not why I would be swapping out. Oh, no, hang on. That's not what I wanted to do. Just want to look at it. Choose one of your... Okay, it doesn't have the necessary energy. I don't know if it needs the exact same energy or just equivalent cost. But that also doesn't really help against the Oricorio. It beats the Oricorio, but I don't know if it does a good job at it. Need the Tauros. Tauros does work nicely with the Simeon. Like 120 against an EX is kind of nice, but yeah, it still gets 2-shot by Oricorio. Yeah, not. I mean, Chatot. No, Chatot instantly dies. That's a bad idea. I mean, Shaman doesn't help and also dies. Regular Arceus takes 4 energy to power up. Yeah. Honestly, bringing in the Wigglytuff is an interesting call. But it's an Evo and we're replacing a basic. Not really the go. Yeah, it's just 3 energy to attack is a lot, given that basically everything else in there does very little. I mean, Kamala does 70. Like, that's a guaranteed KO on the Oricorio. You just can't really use it in the front, so it kind of needs to be a Persimmon backup. Yeah. I'm intrigued by it. I'm intrigued. But I think if I was going to pick one, it would be still the Marshadow. Because it is a nice backup. I mean, Cyclizar is a 2... No, it's not a 2-turn KO. It's 20, then 40. Yeah. I mean, Rayquaza is 70. But no. Farfetch dies in 1 hit, so that's a bad idea. Yeah, I think we go... Do we only have the 1 Sudowoodo in here? Oh, I only put 1 copy in. I thought I had 2 copies in there. Okay. Do we stick with what we have then? And just bring in a Sabrina? Or another... like a... item? Let's have a look at the items then. No, you know what? I am gonna bring in the Marshadow. I think 5 basics is good, especially with one of them being specifically against Oricorio, but also good as literally a revenge kill. Yeah. I mean, I suppose Marshadow does the same thing as Garchomp, except it can also kill Oricorio. Because the plan is, Persimmon dies, we bring in presumably the Garchomp with 2 extra energy on it to deal 100 damage, which would be the same thing that Marshadow's doing, but consistently, and with more hit points. Is more HP better? Is second Lily better? Because I gotta remember that every Pokemon I bring in does make the Pokemon communication worse. But also every Pokemon I bring in means another chance for the communication to even be online. I feel like 9 is a good number. I feel like we need all of the card draw that we, or at least card selection as we can to get to the Garchomp. Now I'm just wondering whether Garchomp is strong enough in the meta, given that we have all of the other Stage 2 Evos going around. Alright, well, we'll find out tomorrow whether Marshadow was a good call. I suppose the one thing that Sudowoodo has over Marshadow is consistent 50 damage against EXs, and faster damage as well. But given that against a non-EX, Marshadow is behind Sudowoodo on turn 1, meets it on turn 2, and then outpaces it on turn 3. Yeah. Anyway, Lunala time. Now that I've waffled on about card selection for probably 15 minutes. I don't know, I wasn't paying attention to the time. I just see that the recording is 52 minutes. Oh, Mimikyu. I did still have 1 diamonds left. Also deals 20 damage to one of your Pokemon. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, that's why Acerola does that. Okay. We got Skitty, we got a Minior, we got a Poplio. That's why Acerola does that. It was meant to be. Okay. That's cool, that's cool. Acerola and Spooky Pokemon, and 10 Fighting type cards, and 5 Psychic type cards. It was a good pack, I guess. It was a good pack. Yoink. I wonder how close I am to done with the 1 and 2 diamond cards in the set. We'd be getting there. We'd be getting there. Alright. Let's have a look at the Wonder Pick. See if we got anything that I don't already have. Oh. Well, I apparently still need Execute, so we do still have 1 diamonds. Any new 3 diamond or higher cards, I guess is what I'm looking for. Yep, we still got 2 diamonds as well with Sableye. Cool. Okay, Full Art Dramper. That's our go for now. Have anything that's an EX? Or that I need for a collection? No, I just grabbed that one. Haha. Alright. Let's go, Dramper. Gotta hit him with the Dramps. Alright. I don't think we're in Sneak Peek, so top middle today. I have miscalculated. But hey, at least I have a Lapis. Alright. Take it. Take it. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. I think we did pick up, what, with those 2 1v1 single player fights. Gets us up to 14 hourglasses today. It's still going to take us a while to get back up to 240, but we are going to get there. We are going to get there. And then we get to do a double 10 pull, and that's going to be fun. 140 cards. I can probably get one of the things. I've gotten 5 shinies from this set, which is more than I've gotten from Shining Revelry, which is a little hilarious. Okay, the Spooky Boys. Let's forget the Delmise is in there. Okay, special. 50 battles. There's our Technically second Rayquaza EX. So we have the playset. Good stuff. Nicely done. And finally, what have we got? I'm going to be... Like, I know I'm never going to get the full collection there, and that's very annoying. I don't know where I was going with that. I'm just annoyed by that. That's the end of my musing, I suppose. You know what? Let's grab the backdrops. Need to find some good things to put in these backdrops. Just need the other challenge for Solgaleo. Yeah. 5 more Psychic type cards. Collect Cosmog. Specifically the event one. Saddening. Anyway. Thanks for the battles. Excellent. That is going to do it for me for today on this almost an hour-long recording. We got some good fights in, though. Punchy Boys were doing good. Stage 2 Evos do seem to be the way of the future, so yeah. I was intrigued by that Decidueye deck, though. I do have 2 Decidueyes. If I lose to Garchomp again, I'll go for the Decidueye deck next time, so maybe that's the next deck tech. I guess these have been deck tech videos. Hopefully they've been informative and entertaining, but that is going to do it for me for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more fights and more cards. Goodbye!